All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and also honor and salutations to those of you who are of the hopeful elect and are out there teaching the word in sincerity and truth. All right, so as you see on the screen, the UK has just approved the coronavirus vaccine, um, and also along with that, you had Putin also ordered for um, the vaccines to start being administered in his country. At least that's what the news says. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit. Uh, the brother Zion and I, we had ran into each other in the grocery store, and he's been saying it ever since that uh, these mandatory vaccines are uh, within the package of the mark of the beast. And what I mean by within the package, like it just it goes along with it, right? It's a part of the administering of uh, the mark of the beast and mandating it. And I agree with the brother. I feel like going forward from now until I don't know. I guess I want to say from now until when it really starts to pop off. And what I mean by that is being uncomfortable. I wouldn't trust anything that Esau got going on. And that's just me personally. And I would um, I don't know if warn is the right word to use, but I would definitely say that we need to watch everything that Esau's got going on, and this vaccination is definitely a thing we need to watch for. Well, vaccinations period have always been something that we need to watch out for, but especially now that we're getting closer to the end. So I'm gonna read a little bit of these articles. And then I have a picture that my brother had sent earlier that I want to show. There was a little caption on the picture that I wanted to show. So I'm just gonna read the headlines and then a couple of the lines just to say what's going on. It says the UK approves Pfizer coronavirus vaccine, a first in the West. The emergency approval ahead of the United States and the European Union clears the way for Britain to begin mass inoculations. Help is on the way, one official said. Right? It says, continuing on, it says, London, um, Britain gave emergency authorization on Wednesday to Pfizer's coronavirus vaccine, leaping ahead of the United States to become the first Western country to allow mass inoculations against a disease that has killed more than 1.4 million people worldwide. Oh boy. It says the decision cleared the way for a vaccination campaign with little precedent in modern medicine, encompassing not only ultra cold dry ice, but also a crusade against anti-vaccine misinformation. Which you have to we, so two sides of it. You have to expect anti-vaccine misinformation, or not. I wouldn't even say misinformation, but you have to accept the fact that there's going to be people that are against this, right? And then I had another point. It slipped my mind, but you have to know that people are going to be against being forced to take something, right? And as of right now, of course, they're just saying that it's voluntary, right? But as we know, it's going to move into being a mandate, right? And for those of you who think it's far fetched, You also thought it was far-fetched that the coronavirus would spread as quickly as it has and as widely as it has. You also thought it was far-fetched that they would force you to wear a mask, right? I bet you don't go inside no store without a mask, right? And what I found interesting, right, about the mask is that um I took a visit to my hometown to see my grandmother, and during the visit, everybody had a mask on, and I say that to say, usually, like from town to town, there's a different feel, right? Especially it's my hometown is a different state than where I live in, and there's usually when I go there, there's a different feel, right? But I thought it was interesting that going there and the same protocol was in place, right? Everybody had a mask on before they went to the store, right? It wasn't like usually, because usually I say, oh, we do it like this in Massachusetts. That's how I'll say it when I go there. But like with this mask situation, it was the same status quo, right? Everybody had to wear a mask. Now at a time that was far fetched, right? But now look how normal it's become in such a short period of time, right? It's only been what? So coronavirus has been around since the end of last year. It really didn't hit America hard until you started seeing like the NBA cancel the season, which I think was in March. The end of the college season got canceled um, for basketball, and then that's when it really really picked up, right? And even at that time, you wasn't thinking about having to wear a mask everywhere you went. Like, look, it's December, right? So that's from, let's say, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 9 months. In a 9 month span of time, everybody has gotten used to the idea of having to do something before they go into somewhere. And like the elder Adama did with his show, he showed you how that this mandate for the mask is a precursor or a conditioning, if you will, for the mandate of that chip, of course, the vaccine, and then of course the chip, right? So I'll read a little bit more. It says the decision cleared the way. I read that paragraph already. I'm not going to read it again. It says Britain's beating the United States to authorization on a vaccine co-developed by an American company, no less, intensified pressure on U.S. regulators who are under fire from the White House for not moving faster to get doses to people. But it also fueled concerns that Britain was acting in haste for political reasons or trying to muscle its way to the front of the line for deliveries. But that's normally how it goes, right? With anything that's new, they always um, pass it overseas first, or at least that's the way it seems, and then it moves its way over here. Same thing with the coronavirus. It happened over the Atlantic, and then it made its way over this way, right? So let me read this next the other article here, and then I'll get into that picture I talked about here. So it says Putin orders start of Russia's mass COVID vaccination program. It says let's read down here. It says Russian President Vladimir Putin has ordered the country's authorities to begin mass voluntary vaccinations against COVID-19 from next week onwards. It says the move announced on Wednesday came after Russia said last month that its domestically produced Sputnik V vaccine was 92% effective at protecting people from COVID-19, according to interim results. Right. So this is all like in medicine, this is all unprecedented, man. Where they've developed a new not medicine, but a new science, a new so-called help in medicine um, this quickly. They've never done it this quickly before, right? And that should raise red flags. But us being in the know, we know that this is all leading up to the mandate of that RFID chip. And I tried to think of like what would the scenario be like, and I said to myself, well, it's going to start with the vaccines, right? And then what you're going to have is when people either are um, continuing to die from COVID that don't so-called take the vaccine, right? There's gonna be a new story out that, oh, we have a vaccination and it's protecting people, but you still have some people that don't want to take the vaccine, that they're against taking the vaccine. So what that's going to do is raise fear in the people who are taking it, or who are not against taking it, right? And they're going to demand that it become mandatory, right? And then when it becomes mandatory, the stage is now set. The mind is already prepared to mandate that chip. And then what's going to happen is, and this is just speculation, of course, but what's going to happen is they're going to use that RFID chip to say you have to take this tag for proof that you've been vaccinated, right? It might start out with some paperwork, right? It might start out with that, but then it'll move into slowly saying you got to wear this RFID tag, man, or else you can't get into these stores, or else you can't go to work, and so forth and so on, man, and so forth and so on, right? So let me go into this picture because all of this, right, no matter how you slice it, is all meant for the destruction of the children of Israel, right? Um, the RFID chip, really, the mark of the beast, really is our test, right? Because the rest of the world, right, the heathens are going to be um, destroyed if they're here, and then put into slavery on the other side anyway. So really, the mark of the beast is a test for the nation of Israel, for those of us who want to prove to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai um, our devotion to Him. That's really what it, because like whether or not an Edomite in America takes the chip, right? He's out of here. He's an Edomite. Whether or not he takes the chip, right? So who's it for, right? Whether or not uh, let's say a Hamite takes the chip, if he's here in America, he's 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 out of here, right? So that chip, and of course this is just me, speaking as a man, is a test for us to prove our devotion, okay? And and quite frankly, right? Esau needs a way to keep track of Israel, because again, if if they are if we are still alive, right? If we are still um, uh, here on earth, right? They cannot truly say that they rule the earth, and so unless they are in control of us, they cannot be in control of the world, man, right? So I said that to show this, and I thought this was a great point that was being made. It's this little picture down here. I would click on it, but usually when I click on stuff in WhatsApp, my computer stops recording, so I'll just read it here. Um, so it says the PR campaign to get black folks vaccinated with this DNA modifying vaccine is about to go full blitz. Expect to hear your favorite singer, actor, and rapper, and Barack and Michelle hit up black radio and TV spots to convince you that after 400 years, they finally care. Right. And I thought that was a great point, right? Because you had this. I've done a show about it a couple of weeks ago where who's this chick, man, Bill Gates' wife here, Melinda Gates, had come out and said, and we really got to focus on getting this vaccine to black people or African Americans, whatever she said. And I had the same sentiment. Like, why all of a sudden do they care about Jake, right? Because really the intent is to destroy us, man. And so I want to read these scriptures here. Um, to support the point that I'm trying to make here, and then I'll be on my way. So this is Revelations 12 and 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Right. So from this point forward, he is in overdrive. The so-called white man, the devil, as the scripture mentions, he's going to be in overdrive over these next few months to really sink his teeth into Jake, man. He's going to be in overdrive, and and it's again all to destroy us and wipe us out because his time is coming to an end, man. When you read in I have it pulled up. When you read in Wisdom of Solomon, the second chapter, and um, I'll jump down to right here, verse 16, because when you, like again, if you read the second chapter, you know it's talking in reference to the wicked and what they're going to do to us, right? Because it said, look, all right, if they're the children of the Most High, let's see, let's torture them, let's torment them, right? It says, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, see, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience, right? So that's what this is for. And that's what he's implementing this ship for our destruction. All right, you say you guys are the children of the Most High. Well, let me see. And I'm telling you, man, it's gonna get harder and harder. Matter of fact, what is that? Is that Jeremiah? I think it's Jeremiah 30. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what this is. I think it's Jeremiah 30. Yeah, Jeremiah 30 and 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Right? It's going to get harder and harder for you to be an Israelite um in this country, whether you know you're Israelite or not. It's going to be hard for so-called black people too, right? And I say that to say, like, even if you don't know you're an Israelite, this is getting ready to be hard for you, man. And don't let it be you a so-called black man or a black woman who is pro-black, right, and against the establishment, if you will, right? Right. So let me pull this up. I just thought of this. Since I read the that caption on that picture. What is that? I think it's Let me see. Let me bear with me for a second here. Go old school real quick. Let me see. I think it's yeah. Um or this is Romans 13 and 1. It says, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power resisteth the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation." Don't think that they won't use this for these Christians in these churches, man. Right? And it's getting harder and harder to get a religious exemption. Because why? There's now saying that even if you have a religious exemption, that you have to take this. Here in Massachusetts, this is December now, the second. Um, after this month, if your children don't have a flu shot, they can't go to school. Esau, Esau ain't playing, man. And for those of you Christians who think you're gonna be exempt from this, they're gonna use this on you. You don't think these preachers and pastors and church fathers and all these bishops and deacons, you don't think that their hands are, or let me say it this way, that they are in the pockets of the elite? Esau is going to spare no expense. Like that picture said, they're going to use rappers and singers and Obama, but they're going to use the church too. They're going to use the church too to get a lot of you black people, man. Okay. Uh, let me go here because it reminded me of this. Right. This, granted, this is a little bit different, but it speaks to the powers that be. So so-called white men mandating something in the land. Right. So this is First Maccabees 1:41. Excuse me. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and every one should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and the cities of Judah that they should follow the strange laws of the land. Now, what's heavy about this, right? Now that I'm thinking about it, this was a mandate, so to say, that you would have to follow the laws of the land, the Greek laws, right? This was in the beginning of Hellenization, or well, I'll say Hellenization was in full swing because this is after Alexander, but this is at the close to the beginning of Hellenization, so they were making them follow. It was a mandate to follow the laws of the Greeks, right? But what did you have before this, right? Esau came in there and was messing our land up, man. Destroying our people, right? Setting up strongholds and garrisons. They made it hard to be an Israelite. They made it hard to be an Israelite, so much so that our people were leaving the land. So when now Esau gives them an out, right? It says, look, do according to our laws. Live according to our ways. Jake looked at that as an opportunity for a break, man. And they're gonna do the same thing now. People are going to be getting thrown in jail because they're not taking the vaccine, right? People are going to be getting hurt, right? You're going to see police kicking down your door. And what is Jake going to do? A lot of people, they're going to say, okay, I'll take it. I'll do it. Just don't hurt my kids, or just don't take my wife, or what have you. That's going to happen, man. And you're going to have to lean on the Most High, man. You're going to have to lean on the Most High because they're moving. They're moving. And it's what's sad about it is, and I just have to make mention of this, that there's a lot of bickering going on in Israel, man. There's a lot of bickering. Like you got people talking about how we say E in our videos, or we say E in our titles. You got this guy over here. I'm not gonna say his name, but you got different camps fighting each other. It's crazy, man. All of that's going on, and the Lord is got this thing moving, man. That's what we should be focused on, man. You know. So let me read this last scripture. I'm rambling a little bit. I apologize. I hope I can be forgiven for that. Um, this is Psalms 2:1. It says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us," right? So these leaders, right, what are they doing now? Right? They're working and toiling to get a vaccination. This is all, and I have a theory about Putin approving this thing, man. I've something is up with it. I'm not gonna mention it because I can't prove it, but something is awry, and I think it's a little it should be looked into why Putin is um, mandating that vaccine. Yeah, I won't mention any more about it. But that's it, man. Um, hopefully that was edifying. I was all over the place a little bit there, but the point of the matter is Esau is on the move, right? He's doing the things that he's supposed to do. So we have to keep making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do. All right. So with that, I'll give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai Bashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Honor and salutation to the elect. With that, say shalom.